welcome back, or welcome for the first time. Maybe you're just catching on to this phenomenon that's Cup of Joe's.
Taking over the world.
Very soon, very soon. Welcome to Cup of Joe's, where you get your daily Cup of Joe from a couple of Joes. I'm Joe Valenzuela. That's Joey Myers. Again, running contest. If you can guess what's in the cups, you get to come on the pod.
And it's not coffee. Spoiler alert.
Now, you can only come on the pod for 2 questions, and then we're going to kick your ass off. But it's going to be a fun 2 questions that you get to kind of curate yourself. So put down in the comments what you think we're drinking. All right, let's get into shit. So let's get into some Super Bowl predictions. The Super Bowl's in 3 days. This podcast probably won't be out for a couple weeks, so it's always fun to watch us be wrong.
Terribly wrong.
Sometimes we're right. Before we talk about the Super Bowl, though, there was just the NFL awards, right? That was on last night?
Last night, yeah.
Yeah, so CMC, Offensive Player of the Year.
It's all right pick.
Well deserved.
100%.
Well deserved. I know that there was talks about him getting the MVP, which has only happened once before, I think, that went to a non-quarterback.
Recently, I don't remember.
Yeah.
The last
So, Lamar Jackson got MVP.
Not deserving.
I don't think he did either. I mean, I guess it's a regular season award. They always say that shit.
Yeah, but even so, he only had... So he's had 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
The first time he won, I think he had 40 touchdowns.
Yeah.
39 touchdowns.
Yeah.
This season, I think he had 27. But he also had 10 turnovers.
Fucking Brock has 40.
I know.
And
undeserving.
And a way lower percentage of turnover and lower percentage of throws to touchdowns as well.
I would have been okay with just about anyone else winning it. I know that he was the favorite going into it. But at the end of the day, he's just Dak Prescott. He can't win in big games.
No, he can't.
Except for Dak Prescott had better passing numbers by a lot.
Far, huh?
By a lot.
That's crazy.
Josh Allen should have won. CMC should have won. I'd have not been happy with Brock Purdy winning it either, but...
Yeah. And they knew that too. They knew that they couldn't do that.
There's
like,
too much...
Fuck.
I think it's good for him, though, because I think the pressure would have been on.
Yeah.
If he won MVP and then goes out on Sunday...
And throws a stinker, yeah.
He would have been ripped forever.
Yeah. Yeah, he's always going to be in the underdog position anyway, so I love him playing from that position.
100%. 100%.
If I would keep that chip on your shoulder, young man. It would sell it funny. I just thought, I mean, it shows Brock, he's like hella hype, and he got his helmet off. It's like a photo shoot. It looks like somebody's dressed up as Brock Purdy for Halloween.
Oh, that's funny. All right, did you see his look-alike comparison? And he got asked in the interview that he was doing.
No, what does he look like?
It's fucking a weird question. There's a lot of weird questions that they ask in the lead up to the Super Bowl.
It's the craziest week of fucking media. Now you gotta go play the biggest game of your life after this shit.
So let me get a whole bunch of stupid ass questions before. But someone asked, "Hey, have you seen the pictures side by side of you and Lee Harvey Oswald?" And holy shit,
really?
It's the same dude.
Wow, maybe he's just a psychopath.
It's the same dude.
That's crazy.
Killing dudes left and right, you know?
By the way, have you seen a picture of Joey and Jared Goff next to each other?
I can see it now. It's going to go right here. The edit's
Put
going
it
to
up,
come out.
Cedric. Put it up. Maybe we'll do a 3. One of you, the guy from the Nightmare thing, and Jared Goff. All 3 of you guys.
The Nightmare?
American Nightmare Story?
Oh.
I think it looks like you up here. Not down here. Okay, so we're gonna talk about some Super Bowl prop bets, which are always fun to look at. There are crazy things that you can bet on during the Super Bowl, and only during the Super Bowl. You can bet on if the coin is, tails or heads, or if it hits a ref. There's a prop bet for if it hits a person or a player or ref, and if it does, you get like 160,000 to 1 or some shit, because it has happened.
Yeah, it has.
I think that one would be easy. Like, it doesn't really affect the game if it touches somebody. Just pay that ref $1 million. Fucking flick that shit into his foot, man. That's all you gotta do. We're not messing with the integrity of the game there, right?
Just your personal integrity.
Yeah. For $1 million? Shit. We all got a price. Okay, so give me some NFL Super Bowl prop bets.
All right, let's go with an easy one. First one, starting off, Reba McEntire is doing the national anthem.
Okay. Under minutes, right?
Under over 90 seconds.
Ooh. Fuck. I know I've looked at this one before. I would say Reba will go over.
I'm going over on that one as well.
Yeah. Reba's got a lot of runs she likes.
This is a stupid fucking...
I don't know. They're all fucking stupid.
Reba McEntire to wear white boots. Odds plus 500.
Plus 500. So 500 wins you nothing?
Basically nothing.
Okay. So she's definitely wearing white boots then, most likely.
Now, yellow is plus 1,400.
Holy shit.
Yellow boots would be terrible.
Yeah.
Although I understand why, because the Chiefs, I guess, have yellow.
They do. They do. She could be in a 49ers red Chiefs ensemble. Or is she a Chiefs fan?
I have no idea.
Fuck her then. Fuck you, Reba.
I have a feeling she's a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Blue is
she's definitely a Cowboy fan.
Blue is plus 1,000, so I feel strongly about that.
The white boots would go with Cowboy cheerleader.
It would.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah.
All right. Coin toss to land on tails.
Land on tails is...
And odds are minus 105.
Okay, so heads is the better bet there. And they use these weird coins too. It's not a fucking quarter. It's a commemorative NFL coin.
Right.
So, I mean, is there any gamesmanship that goes on in that? Who makes those coins?
Is it weighted properly? It's Vegas. I know it's not.
Shits. Yeah, this is bullshit.
Are you going heads or tails?
I'm going heads.
I'm going tails.
Okay. Heads, tails. Now, is there the one that if it hits somebody?
I haven't seen it yet.
Maybe they got rid of that one.
But I like this one though. Debo Samuel, big play parlay. Odds plus 19,674. And in order to hit this, Debo Samuel needs under 4.5 catches.
Under.
Over 80 yards.
Okay.
So it's a big play.
20 fucking yards per catch or one big play and
then over 16.5 rushing yards. $10 gets you $1,967.
I can see all those happening except for the under 4.5 catches. That's where you're getting me there. He's going to get targeted at least 10 times, and that ball sticks to him. And that's how they're going to fuck people in that one.
I don't know. I think it's very doable. I think going under 4.5 catches and 80 yards is really tough.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
But $10 gets you, what, I mean, might as well throw $100 on it or something. Yeah, it hits.
No shit.
Shit, what if that did hit? Oh.
I like this one a lot. Jason Kelsey, under one shirt for the second half.
Meaning like he's just going to take his shirt off or he's going to be wearing two different shirts? What if he puts it back on?
No, if he takes it off, it's gone.
Okay, so he takes it off. That's a sure bet. What is it? Fucking minus 900?
I think it's even odds.
Okay, all right. That's a good one.
George Kittle to have 110
all-purpose yards or?
Yes.
Well, he'll only be catching it anyway.
I don't think he's going to have over 100.
No, 110, that's a lot.
That's for George. No chance.
Yeah.
My favorite bet. I'm going to go to my favorite one.
They have one if they're gonna get barred for gambling or
that's for sure happening. Okay, here it is. The odds are plus 100,000 on this.
okay.
This is serious. The aliens will invade Las Vegas during the game, and the game ends up in a tie.
What? That is on there?
Yeah, plus 100,000.
It can't end in a tie, right?
If aliens invade anything, which we've now made a full circle in this podcast, we have now married aliens and football and betting all into one.
That'd be some shit. If the aliens come, but then the game still fucking it doesn't tie.
Well, what makes that tough is they need to come in because I would assume you end the game right away, obviously.
But when the aliens come, okay.
But it has to be a tie at that time. Like no one can have the lead. That's what makes it kind of tough here.
That's what makes it tough.
That's what makes it tough.
The fucking alien.
As a Cowboy fan, I'm hoping this hits.
There's no winner of the Super Bowl this year. Oh fuck. All right, so that's NFL Super Bowl prop bets. I think we got into some predictions on the last pod of who was going to win the game.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm a Niners fan, so I'm going for the Niners all day, every day. Hopefully, it's a fucking blowout, but it's going to be close, I think. Any Taylor Swift prop bets on there? It's got to be an over-under like 30 seconds
There
or like
has to be.
4 times that they show her or something like that.
Are there Taylor Swift prop bets? There has to be.
There has to be. There has to be a whole fucking website dedicated to Taylor Swift prop bets.
This is stupid.
Is there $1 million to 1 she takes her top off or something? It's very less likely than the aliens and the tie happening.
Absolutely. All right, so she has a
Here we go.
minus 130 to not be shown during the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, no fucking way.
There's no chance of
Yeah,
that.
she'll be a star. She'll be shown during that for sure. Yeah, because Reba's going to sing for
They're going to
90
show
seconds.
all the celebrities in the crowd. This is not specific to her. They're going to show
Yeah.
everyone.
And there's going to be a lot. It being in Vegas, tickets being $8,100. So I was at the bar 2 days ago and having a drink, and this guy next to me, he has an English kind of accent, but his American accent's coming into, and I'm like, where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm from London originally. I was a ballet dancer. And I'm like, you're like 5'2". How are you a ballet dancer? He's like, I had a 60-inch vertical. I'm like, what? And he pulls up a picture of him jumping in the air, full splits with his legs basically over his head. And he's about 5.5, 6 feet off the ground. I'm like, holy shit.
Was he hitting on you?
I no. He had a wife. He was, though, going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Found out that one of his good friends had leukemia.
Oh, fuck.
And
Now I feel like an asshole.
he might want to suck my dick. I don't know. I might let him. He could jump real high. He was like 58 now, right?
Yeah.
So nice tight asshole, I'm sure. So anyhow, he goes, yeah. Found out my buddy had it. We found out like 6 weeks ago. We're huge Niner fans. We've been to a lot of the games together. And I was like, well, I was looking at the tickets and they're like $8,200, like the lowest form. He's like, yeah, we got a deal. We found them on, I think it was Craigslist or some crazy shit like that. $5,600 per ticket. So he's like, my friend's dying. I don't give a fuck. Let's go have fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, well, it's going to be a really expensive day if we lose.
It's like
Could you
Disneyland.
imagine?
It's like Disneyland not getting on a single ride.
And not even getting to see anything. Like, as you were about to go in, it just closes.
No Mickey.
None.
Do you want to circle it back around to football goats
Football goats. Okay.
and how they're kind of similar and kind of not?
Sure.
I think that Tom Brady is the GOAT, period. There's been a lot of talk about Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is the second best.
Jury's not out yet. That's what I think.
Okay.
Because he's still playing the game, right? We have Tom Brady's work. We know it. We have Joe Montana's work. We have Steve Young's work. We have all these guys' work. Patrick is still doing it and still doing it at a very high level. If he goes on and wins fucking 5 more Super Bowls, then what? I mean,
This is going to sound
they don't have as much as Tom Brady.
this is going to sound contradictory.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes could go out and win 15 more Super Bowls.
And you're still
He's
up with him?
still not, and this is why. He can have all the stats. He's going to have all the records. He's going to have everything.
Okay.
Which sounds like I'm arguing for a Michael Jordan
Yeah,
situation
it
here,
does.
but I'm not. Here's the thing. They played twice in the playoffs.
Oh, they straight up.
They
Yeah.
played straight up
Okay.
2 times.
I like this.
Patrick Mahomes has had better weapons in both cases and lost.
And lost.
He had Tyreek Hill, who's still one of the best players
Yeah.
in the game.
To this day.
Travis Kelce both times.
Yep.
That's the best weapons there was. And this, now I'm going to bring it back. Just because you have the ability to do what Patrick Mahomes does, just because you have the scoring ability of Michael Jordan, there's something else involved. And that's Tom Brady won all of the time, kept winning. LeBron James keeps winning. He's not the bursting scorer that Michael Jordan may have been.
Yeah.
But he did what he needed to do to win consistently. Yes, he's lost a fuckload in the finals, but he's also played against great freaking teams.
Yes.
And some bad ones. He should not have lost to Dallas.
Yeah.
but
Who's guarding
that's bad.
Jordan? Craig Elo.
Who was it?
Sorry.
Who was it?
That's what we're gonna clip up now, and I look like a dick now. I called Jordan a skinny ass. The other clip, which I think really triggered a lot of people. I'm sorry, man.
Was it JJ Barrera that was covered?
Yeah, somebody said or Dwayne Wade said they didn't have an answer for JJ Barea. I'm like, dude, I don't think LeBron was guarding him, but who does have an answer for a 5'4" dude that can hit a teardrop on your face? I don't know. JJ Barea. Yeah, so yeah, I'll agree with you. Tom Brady right now as the GOAT. I mean, the GOAT is an ever-changing thing. It can be. It's supposed to be, right? Just like these records are. It's supposed to be a different person
Right.
that comes along, but also has a big enough body of work against a good enough opponent to make you think, yeah, that dude is he's the one.
Yep.
So, recently, the NFL had their draft.
Yep.
Are you a big draft person? Because I'll be honest, I'm typically not like the guy that sits in the fucking garage and has 8 TVs on, like, oh, we picked this guy from fucking, like, I don't really give a fuck until you show me something on my team. Like, you know what I do like is some of the draft videos that come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crying, whoa, do it for your coach. And I've seen a couple satire ones that are pretty fucking funny too. Got drafted today. Just put that in TikTok and you'll have a ball.
Yeah, I'm not. I have friends that like are deep into like the combine and like the whole lead up process.
Can I ask, are they alcoholics?
I
they need a
hope
reason?
so. I fucking hope so.
Because they might just need a reason to drink, and this is a great one.
I'm not. I know the big names.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, the probably top 10 picks I might know.
And the first round, I know
full first
some
round.
of them.
Okay.
And I'll watch the first round just to watch what the Cowboys pick. I don't give a fuck.
Fucking loser, bro.
Nah. And then the rest of the rounds I won't watch, but I'll like keep an update on my phone of like, okay, the Cowboys picked this person, but I don't care about anyone else.
Yeah, I think I have the ESPN updates for the Niners. If they pick someone, I get the thing.
Yeah.
But okay, so from what you saw or what you paid attention to,
Yep.
what do you think? Yeah, like a steal? It was. I think the number one was obvious.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, number one.
What do you think about what he did at the combine, though? He didn't participate. Basically showed up and was like talking to people, but then told people,
Yeah.
you can see me on film. I got plenty of shit on film." Like, is he already an asshole?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like Caleb Williams.
I don't think I do either. And I know very little about him, other than he's an amazing football player and doesn't seem to have a bit of humble bone in his body.
Zero.
Yeah.
And I think that he's going to learn. It honestly doesn't even matter how good he gets.
Yeah.
You have Patrick Mahomes out there. He was a great role model, and Tom Brady and everyone before him, they all did it in a different way. Like Patrick Mahomes is not the most humble player in the NFL, but no one would ever say he's not a humble guy.
No,
So I
very
think that
likable
he is.
person. Very likable.
Very likable.
Now his rapey brother, not so much.
Not awesome.
Not a great guy.
But you have to have that likability. You have to be somewhat humble, and you have to have the likability factor. Otherwise, you're going to get crushed by the NFL.
Yep.
You are going to get crushed.
It is a huge fucking spotlight.
Yeah.
And unless you're Ocho Cinco level good, or Terrell Owens level good,
Yeah.
and both of these people that I'm talking about could have had better careers had they been just a little bit more humble.
100%. 100%.
They would have been viewed better in the eye of the public, better chance at the Hall of Fame, all that shit.
Yep.
Like, Christian McCaffrey is the most humble dude you'll ever fucking meet. And when he gets on the football field, probably the best player on the fucking field. Most times.
Yep.
Just a good old white boy.
Why'd you have to use the white player, man?
I know. It's a good old boy. Same thing. So why not do the white end? No, there's been amazing players like that. Like even Reggie Bush has been, humble as fuck and not had a great career, but Barry Sanders, fucking humble as fuck. I actually got to talk to that motherfucker not too long ago at the Tahoe Classic.
Oh, no shit.
You gotta go to it, dude. So every year we go to the Tahoe
I've done
Classic.
it one time. And I want to do it again.
We're going in July, man. You gotta
Let's
come.
go.
You gotta come.
Fuck yeah.
It's a guy's trip too. All right, about a lot has happened in the sports world. Now, last time we talked, it was literally 2 weeks ago. It was Thursday. The opening. I mean, the episode came out on Monday, but it was the opening of day of the NFL.
Yep.
Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
And we, again, as we always do, make egregious errors in extrapolating what's going to happen. We thought they were going to be great, right? We thought your guys were going to lose because we only saw we weren't even watching it. Chris was.
Yeah.
So he watched them march down the field, and apparently that was their only good drive of the game.
Right.
Because you guys came back and just destroyed them.
Yeah. Man, it's been a crazy 2 weeks in football.
Yeah.
Everything I thought I knew going into the season has been wrong. Everything I thought I knew after the first week is wrong. Like every good team
I know.
is
What's happening right now?
Yeah, like the Niners are 1-1. Like all the teams I thought would be 2-0 right now are 1-1. Fuck the Chiefs. I'm just gonna say that the Chiefs get every fucking call.
Yeah. It's obvious
painful.
they're the darlings of the league, and
It is painful watching the ends of their games. It's just like I know a fucking flex. I'm telling Taylor this.
you just
So my kids are watching the games with me, and we're watching the Chiefs versus Bengals.
Yeah.
And kids are asking me who I wanted to win, and it's in the last minute of the game.
Yeah, there's always Bengals in that situation.
Yeah, Bengals. And they're like, why? And I was like, well, it always feels like Patrick Mahomes gets every single call at every opportune moment ever. And right on cue, a pass interference call for like 40 yards happens. The defender's clearly going for the ball. He's not trying to take out the guy. He's going for the ball. It's uncatchable. Flag. They go in to win the game. Of fucking course.
Yeah.
I actually saw a stat today that Patrick Mahomes in 6 seasons has had 22 interceptions reversed through replay or penalty.
Holy shit. How does that compare to to give anybody else?
Tom Brady in 22 years has had 15.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's obvious evidence right there. I mean, unless you're a little bit, I guess maybe just biased again.
Yeah.
I guess we have to watch every single one of the plays and see if it was really pass interference or maybe he's good at that.
Maybe he is.
But that is wildly uneven.
Like Aaron Rodgers is really good at drawing people off sides, creating free plays. He is the best of all time.
He's the best free play runner of all time too.
Yeah.
He'll throw that deep ball as soon. Oh, the fucking flag's out. He's looking at that deep ball, baby. He's going triple coverage. I don't give a fuck.
He's got to have like 50 touchdowns based off of free plays.
For sure.
And that's a skill. So there is something to be said about that. I think that Aaron Rodgers is great not because of that, but that's one of the reasons why he's great. Yes, he understands the game so well. I know I'm taking a shot right here. It doesn't matter what happens here. I'm taking a shot.
Yep. And it's good that he's played more than 4 plays this season.
Yeah.
Somebody asked him, what's it going to be like in your first start or your first win? How's it like to get your first win? Which was against us, the 49ers. Thank you, but fuck you. It was actually a good game. Didn't mind it. We made some mistakes towards the end. Brock on third down hasn't been as good as he was last year, but he's not getting some good protection either. But he said, technically, that first one was mine. He's like, I don't know how, but I was in for 4 plays, so I started that game. I got the win. No, but to have the same records as the Jets at this point is kind of shitty. But I think it's more fun when it's this way. If everybody's
100%.
right there and it all comes down to the end and we're all rooting for teams to win or this one to win or this one to lose, I think it's more fun.
This is why it's the best sport.
Yeah.
In the United States. The parity is so great. You can be terrible one year and be great the next year.
It's insane how much that a coaching staff or one quarterback that can change your entire organization. Yeah.
You can do it a little bit in basketball if you get the right player. You can change it a little bit. Baseball, you can't do it at all.
Right.
Like,
Look at the Yankees, right? They're the highest paid roster every year, right? No,
the
somebody else beat 'em?
Dodgers, the
Dodgers. Yankees,
and they can't do anything. The Angels are the worst
Yeah.
case of it. They had Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout at the same time and
How
didn't
the
even make the
fuck?
playoffs.
How the fuck does that happen?
So many more positions.
It's crazy. Yeah, so it's wide open in football this year, and a lot of predictions that even the pundits have made are not coming true.
Right.
And we're so early. And again, that's why it's the best sport. There's only 16 games, right?
17 now.
17 now, 17 games. So we're locked in for the 17 weeks.
Yep.
And then we have a little bit of postseason. It's not like a fucking 3-month postseason like basketball.
Right.
And it's one and done. And that makes it fun too. Mm-hmm. What do you think of the new fucking kickoff rules? First of all, can you fucking explain them to me? Because I thought the dude was, I like looked away for a second and looked back. I thought the dude just got it at the one and ran it out because nobody was moving. I was like, did he just fucking get it? So they could kick it, but they can't run, and they're 30 yards closer, right?
Yeah.
But they can't run until he touches it.
It is bizarre. I don't like it. Like, the whole idea was like to make the collisions
Right.
less explosive, but
I'm pretty sure in 40 yards they're at top speed because, they do a 40-yard test.
yeah, it's horrible. Like, I don't understand it. I don't like it. It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good.
Like,
yeah.
on TV, it's just not appealing.
Yeah, you're like, why is nobody moving? The ball's in the air. It's in play, right? We're playing. Why don't they just have people fucking start at the 20 and just call it a day?
I think that's exactly what they should do. Or 25.
25.
Put it at the
25.
25.
Let's put it at the 22.
Whatever the average return has been over the last 20 years of football, wherever that is, just place it there. I'm good with that.
Do people get injured at a higher clip during a return? Is that is there a stat?
I can't actually imagine that. I think the chances are higher.
Right.
But like, you don't every single play, especially this year. Injuries this year have been horrible.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any higher or lower.
Yeah.
It's probably the same.
I'd say, do like the XFL, get rid of the halo rule. Fucking have a machine that kicks it super high. Oh man. So yeah, football's gonna be fun. We have the Sunday night game. I think this. Well, who you guys got this week?
We have the Ravens.
The Ravens.
0-2. Should have been. Oh, I thought they'd be 2-0 at this point.
I thought so too. And that's surprising when you said that. I thought they won one.
Nope.
Were they even close?
I think they've been close in both.
Yeah,
I don't think
okay.
they've been just straight blown.
That's what it seems like.
And then you got the Cowboys, who after the first week their defense looked lights out.
Yeah.
And the second week they looked like they were the worst defense in the NFL. So
Was it just a bad offense they went up against, or?
that's kind of the thought now.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: the Cowboys always do this. They're so notorious for this.
Like play to the level of their competition, or?
Usually, yes, but now I think they get so high on emotion that as soon as ESPN starts saying, "Oh my God, like
They could be good."
They're different. They're different this year," they actually fucking believe it. And then they let their guard down, and then they just get blown the fuck out. They watch ESPN religiously. I don't even think they study football. I think they watch ESPN. They watch Stephen A. Smith, and they watch everyone praising them one week, and then they just get shit on. And they'll probably come out and win this week against the Ravens because everyone's saying, "Yep, they're frauds." And now they're all mad, and now they're going to try really hard, and they'll probably win this week.
Okay, so you're saying that they're not a very even keel team. They're up and down based on.
Very emotional.
Okay. A la. Oh, Terrell crying.
Yeah.
Quarterback. Okay, so into sports a little bit. 49ers. Man, 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
Had what I think is a really bad loss. Came out of the wire. Brock had a chance to win it a couple times. Didn't convert again on some of those third downs. We had some real bad mistakes in the secondary too on their drive when they came back.
Yeah.
And you could just tell all the momentum was in their fucking favor at the end of that game. I knew it, like, as soon as they hit that 60-yard pass, I'm like, this fucking game's over. So I still believe in us. Still no CMC. What the fuck? That's huge.
I heard he's going over like Germany or something to like get his
Like,
Achilles looked at.
take a fucking baby Achilles out and put it in him or something.
Yeah.
So, I hate to say this, but Jason, the guy, he's been on our podcast as well. He's a Panthers fan who had CMC forever. And he told us, he's like, I know he's only out for year 1 or week 1, but I've been going through this for fucking years with this dude. And we had a really good season with him where he didn't really go out at all.
Right.
I'm concerned now. We're going into week 4, and this dude's going to Germany.
Yeah. It might be a year-long thing. You know.
And Mitchell's great, too.
If he tears it, his career's over.
Yeah.
He's not coming back after that because he's going to be in his 30s.
And even so, he wouldn't come back as he was.
Right.
He could come back, but he's not going to be that
Right.
MVP type player on the field. Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope it's not crazy, and I hope that he can come back at least maybe week 5 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But from him telling me, yeah, no, we've seen this where they're even telling us, oh, he's ready, he's coming, and then he doesn't fucking play that day. And Mitchell's amazing. He is. He's just not quite ready to take that next step without, if he doesn't have a huge hole, he's not going many places.
Jordan Mason.
Yeah, Mason, sorry.
Yeah.
My fault. Yeah. He's great, though. When he has a little bit of a hole, he's fucking gone. He doesn't go down on first contact. He's tough as fuck. He blocks really well.
Right.
Like, he could be that dude. He's just not that dude yet.
Right. I have him on a lot of fantasy teams. I'm really happy that I should have him.
You had him, like, as an initial pick?
Yeah, the last round.
Okay.
Just like
Kind of tertiary. If somebody goes out, I need this dude.
Yeah. I know drafts that got closer to that day, they were starting to take him as like a handcuff to
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, but I was like, I'm gonna.
Did you have CMC in any of your leagues?
No, but in one of my leagues, someone dropped him last week, which that's a family league. I don't like playing fantasy football with family. It's
I'm too competitive of a person.
it's just more of like, it's not fun when oh, this player's having a bad week, I'm gonna drop him, and it's like, you just drop Christian McCaffrey, number 1 pick in everyone's draft. I'll go ahead and take him, and then the next week, someone's gonna have a bye next week, so I know a whole bunch of good players are just gonna get dropped rather than put on the bench.
Right.
So it's just of course I like winning, but I don't want to win that way.
That easily.
Yeah.
Again, your competitive nature.
Right now, my team, starters through bench are loaded. I can't even look at any players on the waiver wires because I'm not going to drop a single
why would
person on
you?
my team.
Yeah. Leave Christian on a bench, obviously.
Yeah, I've got Bijan Robinson,
Okay.
Jordan Mason,
Yep.
CMC on the bench,
Yep.
and then Kyron Williams from the Rams
Okay.
as my 3 running backs right now.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Can't really do better than that.
Right, it's so...
How the Cowboys do?
All right, so my prediction was the Cowboys were going to come out and play really well because the media was killing them.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are just not that good. They're just not that good. They're going to be every bit of the 8-win team that I think I predicted here a couple weeks ago.
Sure.
The score was not close to what the actual game looked like.
Yeah.
So they lost by 3 points. The game was not close. With 10 minutes left, they were down 28-6. They're driving, and then their drive is starting to stall out, and then they get 3 ridiculous penalties in a row to help them. They score a touchdown. They did not deserve half of those. Or at least one of those penalties was bullshit.
Yeah.
The other 2 were, I wouldn't have called it, but they did because it's a blowout at this point.
Yeah.
Then they kick an onside kick, and they fucking get it back.
Oh, shit.
And then they go and score, and now it's a game. But really,
It wasn't a game.
it wasn't a game.
Yeah.
Their defense is so bad. It's
What is it? Secondary or your line?
both the line.
The line?
It's the front 7. They gave up 6 yards at carry.
Can't do
Derrick
that.
Henry?
Can't do that. But not to say that Derrick Henry's not amazing, obviously.
It was definitely, Derrick Henry's a stud, of course, but the line is getting blown off 3 or 4 yards
6
off the
fucking
ball.
yards a carry. That's crazy.
I think it averaged, he wasn't getting touched until he was already 3 yards deep, is what they, I think they were saying. So it's like,
That's crazy.
all right, there's fucking problems.
Is their offensive line just that good that they're getting that much of a push?
No, that's been the Cowboys' problem last year and this year. They just get bullied around because they're small. It's really small.
They got small,
defensive
fast guys.
Yep. Now, you drop back to pass. If the Cowboys can get a lead, the Cowboys can rush you all day long. You're going to have a long day. If you get a lead and you can run the ball, the Cowboys they're toast. It's basically who can score first, and then that's who's going to win that game.
So you're saying you're not confident in Dak's arm?
No. There were passes in the game.
That's the problem with him. I've seen him make some incredible fucking plays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I've also seen him make the fucking stupidest fucking read ever throwing a triple cover.
He was... A lot of people were like trying to give him like grace in this game. Like, oh, it wasn't his problem. And it's like, he was completing less than 50% of the passes until the fourth quarter. You're losing 28-6. If the offense is only scoring 6 points, that's on the quarterback to some extent.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had CeeDee Lamb drop a couple passes here and there.
We had a lot of drop passes in our game too, but you never know. It's behind him a little bit. It's not in the pocket, right? Whatever. If it hits your hand, you're supposed to fucking catch that shit.
But you can see like the shit passes like on checkdowns, and no one ever talks about these.
Yeah.
He was missing guys by like 8 yards, and it's
Like the check down screens? Or just even the check down
just
flat?
a check down in the flat, just as like an emergency, and he's
Sailing up.
Ezekiel Elliott's looking in at the quarterback over his his right shoulder. He throws it 5 yards in front of him over his left shoulder. And it's like, what the fuck?
You never catch that ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Okay. So, yes, you're not confident in his.
No. I'm not confident in the entire team.
Somebody actually had a good weekend. Jason, the guy that's been on our podcast, is a Panthers fan. And he got to go to Vegas to watch them play against the Raiders. Him and his wife went out there. A couple of their friends that are Raiders fans. And they hadn't scored. Like, they only scored 3 points in the last, some crazy, like 12, 14 quarters or some shit.
Yep.
But they put Andy Dalton in. And this motherfucker scores 36 fucking points, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 4 touchdowns or some shit.
Got the red rocket out
That
there.
dude went crazy. And he got to see that fucking game. So, of all of his turmoil that he's been through, we congratulate the Panthers. And, you know, Steph Curry, cheers as well. It's your team too.
Did you see the Raiders coach come out after that game talking about
Yes.
the business decisions
I
and some
love
players?
that fucking quote.
Did you see what he was talking about? He didn't call out any players, but
I saw a couple things that he could have been talking about.
I saw the cornerback that was backing away from tackles. Like,
That's the one that I think it's about.
yeah.
That he backed away from, like, he was in a play, completely just didn't do shit, backed away from another play,
Yep.
went in for a tackle with a fucking fingertip on one.
Mm-hmm.
I get, yeah, he said, I saw some people out there were making some business decisions. We'll make some business decisions going forward as well. It's like, oh, shit.
100%. I like Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, I do too. He seems like a no-nonsense kind of tell you how it is. I'll tell you if you're starting or not or whatever.
Yep. Yep.
That's what football needs. None of this other bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little football. Let's talk a little football.
Football.
Tell me, well, okay, let me start actually, because we've had a couple Sundays now. We've had the Niners have some horrible losses.
Yeah.
As a team built to play with a lead, we have lost a lead almost 3 times now. 2 times over the last 3 weeks, we've lost the lead in the third, fourth quarter.
Yep.
Have not been able to put a drive together when it really counted in those, not even a third down or a couple third down conversions. We've fucking missed a fourth down and got a couple turnovers during these drives.
Right.
I don't think that it's Brock's fault or anybody's fault. It's kind of weird luck of the draw shit. You can tell when it's happening, when the momentum is shifting, and you're like, fuck, we're going to definitely lose this game.
Yeah.
Thought the same thing that was going to happen during the fucking Seattle game.
Yeah.
I mean, until the fourth. It seemed like we played a good 3 quarters. Then we get to the fourth, and fucking, how are they scoring so much? How can we not do anything now? It's like we just can't string it all together. We're not finishing fucking games.
Yeah, not having Christian McCaffrey
Oh
sucks.
my God, yeah,
But
it's
I
the
mean,
biggest, obviously the elephant in the room. Yeah,
yeah, it sucks. But I mean, Jordan Mason has done such a good job. But he got an AC joint sprain. I saw he's day to day right now.
God damn, it sucks. And I love Jordan Mason as a running back. He's amazing.
Yeah,
Can't really get out in the flat or in the slot like CMC can.
there's levels to this.
Right, there's levels to this game, and he's great at what he's doing. CMC can just do everything. CMC could line up on the fucking wide if he wanted
Yeah.
to.
I mean, you can be great, and you can still not be Christian McCaffrey. Like,
Right. So whatever horse fucking blood he's getting injected to him in Germany or whatever he's doing, I want that motherfucker
Continue
to be good.
doing
Yeah,
that.
please. I don't want you even on the sideline. Stop coaching shit and being there. Just fucking go get taken care of.
yeah.
And I still think back to Jason's words of, I know this guy. He's been out of the Panthers forever.
Yep.
He's going to play half a season once.
Yeah. See
So-
babies over there. Yeah.
I think, I do still think we have Brock is still Brock. He's
Yeah.
still showing what he can do. We still have a great core. We still have Jordan that can do all those things. There's a couple things we can't because of CMC, but hopefully he'll be back in time for us to make the push. And we're sitting okay, right? 2-3.
Who have you guys lost to?
Cardinals.
That's a bad loss.
That's it. And it was a terrible fucking loss,
Yeah.
too. If you watch the fourth quarter of that game, it's like,
You guys are 3-2
won
though.
a fucking. We are. We're 3-2.
This year's been kind of a weird year. There's not really a dominant team other than the Chiefs, but their best player is the refs. So other than them, there hasn't been like a dominant team. Like I think
It's true.
I think the Ravens are a very dominant team, but they started the year 0-2.
Yeah.
There's not a super dominant team right now. I think that everyone's just I think the NFL defenses have caught up to the explosive offenses.
Ooh, this is a good take. Yeah, with that cover 2 or
For the last,
what do people want to make illegal now?
yeah, the cover 2 with the safeties dropped way back.
Right. That's part of the game. It's part of the game.
It's just one of those things. It has to ebb and flow. You don't want I don't want offenses to just be juggernauts. I don't want to see 40 to 50 point games every week. I don't want to see that. I want
That's
to see
why I don't watch college, to be honest with you.
100%.
I like
I don't want to see a
close.
72-6 game. Like,
Yep.
that's not fun to me.
Well, if it was the Cowboys, it'd be very fun.
100%.
For him, not for me.
If I'm watching just any other game, I want to see tight games, close games. I want them like 20 to 30 points. That's my sweet spot. If I'm watching the Cowboys, I do want it
90
to
to
be
0 would be the perfect.
100%. That would be an enjoyable game.
0 negative yards gained for the other team.
I've seen the Cowboys like pull it out in the last second of games, like last week against the Steelers, and
Let's
everyone's like, "Oh,
transition
that was-
right to here, yeah.
yeah, that's a great game to watch." And I was like, "No, it fucking sucks."
Yeah. Well, hindsight, it's a great game. Like when you're in it, you're like, "Fuck this! I hate every part of it." But when you win it, you're like, "Okay, that was alright."
I think the words that I say the most when watching the Cowboys is "fuck, I hate the Cowboys." Like, and Joe's like, "No, you don't," and I'm like, "No, there's nobody on this planet that hates the Cowboys more than I do."
You know that thin line between love and hate thing? No more prevalent than in sports.
It's an abusive relationship.
It is. It is. And no matter what your team is or where you got them from, at least I can say my team is, from my home state. Unlike you and Jason, who chose teams when they were good. And
Hey,
now you have to-
whoa! Time out. All right. Do you know the story of how I'm a Cowboy fan?
I do.
Okay.
But let's tell it.
All right, let's tell it for the pod. So the reason why I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan living here in the Bay Area is because my dad is a Cowboy fan. Now, why my dad is a Cowboy fan, also here from California, back in the 70s, 1970s.
He's just digging a hole deeper. Right, well,
Yeah. We gotta preface it.
Okay.
The Cowboys playing the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
In the Super Bowl. Now, related to my father is Manny Fernandez, who was, I think, a defensive end for the Dolphins during the 70s, during their 72 undefeated year.
This story is not lining up yet, but keep going. So your dad's relative is on the fucking Dolphins. So
Yeah.
But he's not a Dolphins.
I'm trying to think of what year they played the Super Bowl. It wasn't 72, I don't think, 'cause Dolphins went undefeated all the way. What's the year Cowboys beat the Did the Cowboys beat the Dolphins?
I don't know. So they're in the playoffs.
All right.
at least.
No, in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl together.
In the Super Bowl, my whole family on my dad's side are Dolphin fans because
Their relative is a dolphin.
yeah. My dad calls him his cousin. I don't know what like the
Sure.
exact
Whatever it
relation is playing for the Dolphins. And my dad, during the Super Bowl, before the Super Bowl starts, sees all the Dolphins jerseys. And he's like, you know what?
As the original hipster.
Yes, 100%. 100%. He's like, you know what? I want the Cowboys to win this game. Like, I see all you guys wearing this. I want the other team to win. And from that day forward, he was a Cowboy fan.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And then, were you alive? You're not alive at this point, right?
No,
No,
that's
you're
70s.
fucking, yeah, you weren't born until 2022.
Right. Now, another cool thing about the Cowboys and like how it relates to the family is like my dad, when he was born, the year that he was born, Roger Staubach was drafted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've heard this too. Starbuck was drafted, yes.
Yeah. Then, fast forward, I'm born, 1989. 1989 draft, Troy Aikman is drafted. Fast forward again, which I'm skeptical about the line ending here. Mason is born in 2016, which is the year that Dak Prescott was drafted. And that's where I think it ends.
Well, great segue into how do you think the Cowboy season is going thus far?
Some people will say it's going terrible. Some people will say it's going okay. I think it's exactly what I said it was going to be. They're at
Down
the
middle
exact
of the road.
They're going to be a middle of the road team. Once you pay Dak Prescott the most in history, there's not a lot of changes that you can make. The defense has taken a huge step back. The offense has taken a step back. You have 2 new offensive linemen starting. You really can't ask for a lot. It's
Yeah. So you think they're overperformed at this point or you underperformed?
in some aspects, I think they've overperformed. In others, I think they've underperformed. I don't think they're a good team. I don't think they're going to be a good team. I think they're just going to be a middle of the road. They'll have games that you're like, oh shit, they're back. We're going to win. We're winning the Super Bowl this year. And then other weeks, you're going to be like, this team is dog shit.
You think they're going to make the playoffs?
No.
No.
I think they're going to miss it.
Okay. Not even a wild card?
Not a wild card, nothing.
Okay.
I think Washington is doing a really good job. They're unsustainable.
Washington is?
Yeah. Their quarterback is really, really good.
For no fucking apparent reason. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
Rookie
Rookie quarterback is just...
They thought he was going to be good.
Yeah.
Obviously. But not the way this kid's playing. He's playing out of his fucking mind.
out of his fucking mind. I don't think that's sustainable for a full season, but I still think they're going to probably win the division.
Yeah.
Then I think the Eagles will come in second. I think the Cowboys will end up in third because the Giants are not going to beat anybody.
No, yeah, I think you're right. The Eagles finish. Yeah, Eagles second. I could see that.
They have a
no
whole bunch of
Kelce's
issues
on their team.
They have a whole bunch of issues on their team too.
They do. They do.
Their coach quarterback dynamic is a little bit crazy right now.
Speaking of coach quarterback dynamics, let's talk a little bit about the Jets.
Oh yeah, good segue. Good segue.
What do you think about that? Like, I never thought that him and Robert Saleh were talking about your favorite ayahuasca drinker, your Mr. Inoculated Aaron Rodgers,
The darkness retreat himself.
the dark room man himself. Yeah, I never thought they really had a good relationship. I saw that thing a couple weeks ago where he pushed him off him when he came back from a touchdown. That was weird as fuck.
I thought the whole dynamic when Rodgers got traded to them, I didn't see or understand why he went there. It was a very confusing that relationship. I did not understand from
New
the
York
start.
market, I think, for Aaron.
Right.
But for the Jets, what the fuck are you doing?
The issue is Aaron Rodgers has the talent. He has the accolades
Yep.
to be treated like Tom Brady. However, he does not have the work ethic of Tom Brady. Nobody does. That's not a knock necessarily.
I would say it's I would knock him for it. There's definitely a level that he could have taken, and also he just tore his fucking Achilles less than a year ago.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he should even be out there trying to do what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's his right foot. It's his plant foot, is it not?
I think so.
which is I have the same fucking injury, and I am 7-8 years removed.
Yeah.
And I still don't feel the right side of my outside my foot. Right? It's like, and I see him laboring sometimes when he's out there too.
Yeah.
And not getting that power that he's used to. I don't know if it's just my foot or his other foot, but either fucking foot, it's going to cause a lot of, especially lateral movement. He can't get away from people either. So if he can't get away quick, he's down.
It's going to be interesting. So they demoted their offensive coordinator, Nathaniel
Really?
Hackett. Nathaniel Hackett came from the Packers after having a quick stint in Denver as their head coach and got fired like real quick.
Yeah.
But Nathaniel Hackett is a Aaron Rodgers guy.
Right.
He got demoted with this new interim coach. He doesn't
really?
call the plays anymore. I don't know if that's Aaron Rodgers' call or what.
It would seem like he's making all the fucking calls, which I think is wrong for an organization to do as well. And we've seen it time and time again with many a great quarterback that he did the same fucking thing in Green Bay.
I think they're kind of at a head right now of Devontae Adams is out there. Do you go get Devontae Adams? If you get Devontae Adams, you're saying for sure we're going all in the next 3 years. We have to win a championship.
I would say
Or
the
else-
next two. Yeah. It's we're
honestly,
right now,
honestly, the next two. Or are you trying to transition out of him, out of Aaron Rodgers? But I don't think you can do that necessarily either. You're kind of in a tough spot. Going to get Aaron Rodgers was always going to lead to this.
Yep. I mean, you didn't know that his fucking kid is going to tear 3 plays into a game.
For sure.
But you knew he was old. You
Yep.
he had wear and tear. You knew it was a possibility that injuries were going to happen.
Right.
They did immediately.
Yep.
He also has that personality of, I know everything and I'm
Yeah.
good and I'll be back this season and I'm just
Yeah.
going to. I don't know if he believes himself or he just likes to lie. We can say the same thing about Trump. I don't know if he believes what the fuck he's saying, which in some cases I absolutely think he thinks what he's saying is true.
So I didn't like Aaron Rodgers until everyone started hating him.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Same thing about like the outlet thing.
the hipster thing.
But for me, it's like, I think he's fucking hilarious.
Oh, he's
like,
funny.
He's a troll
He
to
is,
the
for
max.
sure.
But people take him serious. And I think a lot of people feel that way about Trump as well. Like, oh, he's very serious about this. And I'm like, I think he's trolling the fuck
He
out of
also
you.
has never been serious about anything in his life, right?
Why are you taking him serious now?
Right. Which is fine for a quarterback, not good for president. But I get that too. Like he likes to shake shit up and say the things that are.
Yeah.
But also, he and he's done a lot in the league. Nothing against his record, but he just seems to have that air about him. Like I'm the fucking man. You know I'm the fucking man.
Right.
And now when he's struggling, you're like, are you still the fucking man? Are you gonna have that same energy or?
Right. Right.
That's what I like. If he's gonna have the same energy, I get I fucked up. I make mistakes, and good. He had some of that in Green Bay. I just don't know if he still got that in him.
Yeah. I don't think he has the same. And again, this is not a knock because nobody has it. The Tom Brady mentality, the Tom Brady work ethic, the my life is football. Everything else is fourth, fifth.
Let's transition to him as a broadcaster now. What are you thinking about how he's doing there?
First week was rough.
Rough.
As we've gotten in, I think he's gotten better and better, and I think that's just
I do
that
too.
is Tom Brady.
Right. He's gotten progressively better each week to now when he called the Niner game last week. I was like, oh, okay. That's good. Good color. You're coming in at the right times. There's no dead air.
Yep.
Some of the shit was obviously filler and you kind of fell over yourself, but great insights too. I think he's doing well now. But you're right. That first week was like, fuck.
Yeah, just talk ball, man. Like
Yeah.
we want to hear like, why is the quarterback making this decision? What would you have done differently? That's the shit I want
Like
to hear.
talk routes. Talk. I mean, don't go crazy because not a lot of people know a lot about football, but you can throw some of that shit in there so the people that do know, like, oh shit, he's talking about how that split and what he was looking at and how many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I think it'd be cool. I wish he would have done this instead of going on to whoever he's with, Fox or Whoever the
Is it
fuck he's
Fox?
with. I think it's Fox. Him, Tony Romo, because I think Tony Romo has the same work ethic, because he was not ever supposed to be good either. But he understands the game. If like those two guys, and maybe add a couple of defensive guys as well, had a cast of just like, we're not here to be funny or entertaining. We're just going to teach you ball throughout the whole thing. Kind of like a Manning cast.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But just like an over the top, like
Put them all around
exactly like,
and let them talk real ball.
yeah,
I would love to watch that for fucking NBA basketball too.
100%. See, exactly like that. Like the reason why he goes in motion here is you're watching this. This is your key player. Quarterback sees this.
Quarterback's looking off the safety the whole time. Watch him. He's looking off the safety. Dive on the right side. Never even looked at that motherfucker. Like, I love that. I know that shit.
So like Dak Prescott threw a horrendous interception in the game against the Steelers in the red zone. That's the one where CeeDee Lamb comes off the field and he's like,
yes.
giving him shit for that.
There
throw.
was some lip reading happening
Yeah.
on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube on that. Yeah.
So the broadcasters on there couldn't really say. All they were saying, it's Chris Collinsworth, of course, is, oh, there's a miscommunication.
Which there was.
There for sure is. But explain to me, what route do you think Dak Prescott was throwing to? Was that just the worst throw of all time? I don't think so.
He was thrown to a spot, probably.
Thrown to a spot. Who read it wrong? Like, Tom Brady, I want you to read this play for me. Like, all right, this is what we're keying on. We're
And
keying on this
maybe you can't tell me 100%, but you can give me 98%. That dude's probably wrong.
Yeah, tell me who's wrong. Like, all right, the safety's hips flipped. I'm throwing it short.
I wonder if there's some sort of broadcast rules or language that states like you can't talk direct shit about people. Like, I mean, but they do.
But the only one that's actually doing like that kind of commentary on, all right, this guy's right, this guy's wrong, are like, you know, people like me and you talking. We're doing podcasts and talking about the different plays, and it's like, I agree with you. However, does Tom Brady agree with you? Do like quarterbacks, like, tell me what your key is on this particular play? Was it the safety being too inside or too over the top? Like, what is it? Like, I would love to watch a cast like that.
Were you watching his balls so that when he coughed, did they?
Yeah,
they
scrunched up a little
bit. He's coming. He's coming. He's the blitz. We've had a bunch of interesting conversations today.
Insurance to P. Diddy.
Insurance to P. Diddy. The full gamut of the human experience. Thank you so much for joining Cup of Joe's. As always, like, subscribe, share our shit with people, save our shit, and buy our shit. We're going to have some merch soon. Just in case you want it. Maybe some shirts, some bumper stickers that say, I like it in the butt, stuff like that. Yeah, not Butterfinger, but
I like it in the cup.
I like it in the cup. Yes, please. We're going to make some that say, not Butterfinger, but Buttfinger. But the same font. All right. Until next time. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you.
Cheers.
Yeah.